Do you see the agenda of trying to federalize the police when you were on the force? Anything pointing in the direction of them trying to federalize police so the states lose their rights?
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you see, right, this is one big giant onion. In order to get back to a societal norm and a functioning police department, we would have to peel back these layers. And it's not something that happens sudden. It's little by little, right? We have the chokehold ban. We have the diaphragm law. We have the Right to Know Act. We have now the How Many Stops Act. We have removal of qualified immunity when it comes to the Fourth Amendment. So it's little by little, each piece of legislation, along with the CCRB, have the right to self-initiate cases. So piece by piece, these are meant. Also, you see the protest settlement of of the response from the police department to protest now. And if you actually read that settlement, it's a complete mirage. It gives the appearance that the police can still do their job, but there's so many obstacles for them to do their job. So it's easy for the legislators to say when things start to crumble, well, listen, the police department are not working effectively. We gave them the tools to carry out these arrests, but they're not doing it. But what they don't tell you is all these obstacles that are there that just create hurdles from you actually doing your job. So eventually it is going to unravel and crumble if it keeps going this way with legislation, and then we'll have to have a federal police force. I think that's the ultimate goal, is to abolish your local municipalities when it comes to police department.
Powerful, and I am right there with you. You had a brother by the name of Joshua James on. I would love to have him on. He's a de jure sheriff, and he is ringing the alarm on that. He was on David Nino. I'm going to cut up that that podcast that he did, because that's the stuff that we're learning here at the New York de jure. We're just getting it back to the Constitution. We the people knowing the rights and stuff, and our lefts, rights and lefts. You know, so it's so important, because if you really think about it, right? If you really just step back for a second, you go, oh, the society doesn't know their rights. The cops are taking an oath. So they don't even know what they're taking an oath to. It's like a procedure, right?
You're 100% right.
We're on a runaway train. And I believe, I know people think I'm crazy, and it keeps going in my direction. So I'm just calmly, humbly watching it go into the direction that I believe that we, the people, all the people, once we learn our rights, we'll be able to put everything back in its place. Once we learn our rights, we will be able to get everything back on track. And I think that's so important, Eric, because we are just we are a sick society, and we have policy enforcers protecting policy from politicians that are targeting we, the people.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Listen, you and I talked about this, and again, we both agree. I was a history major in college, and we know that the founding fathers of this country were genius, because even back then, without the technology that we have now, they foresaw that people have a tendency to get drunk with power, and they saw that back then, and we're seeing it now. You know, when weak people are in charge, there's an abuse of power, and when there's an abuse of power, we lose, we the people.